So, most of everything that I'm gonna say has already been said, not on YouTube, but at least to my family. As some of you know that isn't family, I was diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago, and my family took that pretty hard. Me and my first cousins on my mother's side didn't grow up like cousins. We grew up brothers and sisters. And when Josh and Stephanie's mother moved to Texas, Josh and Stephanie wanted to stay in Tennessee. So they did. Josh lived with me for a couple of years. Stephanie lived with me for a couple of years. Never had any harsh words. Never no problems. We enjoy our family. Of course, all families have problems, but nothing that we can't get past. And while I was going through my chemo, I weighed about 300 pounds when I was diagnosed, and I got down to about 125 pounds. And some of my family couldn't see me like that. And Joshua was one of them. I saw him once in the last 2 years before he died. And when he saw me, he did not see his 6'1", 300-pound older cousin. He saw a bald 125-pound man with one foot in the grave. My mother told me that when Josh left my house that day, that he cried and he wouldn't be able to see me like that again. So by the time the chemo was over and I started gaining my weight back and getting my hair back and my strength, on August 7th, 2020, we lost him in a car wreck. My family was, and still is, inconsolable about this. It has haunted our family since it happened. There are things that don't add up, and it's hard to get these answers from a car accident, because that's all that it was supposed to be, was a tragic accident. But the more that started to come out about his toxicology report being completely clean, the fact that he had a wreck on a straight stretch on a road that he has driven for at least 15 years. It made no sense. I cannot remember the day he died. Not because I blocked it out, but it just seemed unreal. It all seemed unreal until the funeral. Until my family had to walk up to his casket and acknowledge the fact that at 34 years old, our youngest, our baby cousin, our boy baby cousin, was gone. It hurts. It still hurts. It'll always hurt. But what really gets to me more than anything is the fact that people that were not family went to Hornsby's garage and stole stuff out of his truck. So me and a friend of ours and his mother, Joshua's mother, had to drive around Obion County into Kentucky to try to get his stuff from all these people who were supposedly his friends. Of course, we never found the gun, the laptop, the money, the floor jack. Never found any of that. We found his daddy's Marine annual. We found his drawings, his shoes, but no guns. He was a hunter, not even his shotguns. No rifles, no nothing, no gun, nowhere. We did get his other car, and it is currently locked up like it's supposed to be, where nobody can get it. The looks on my family's faces when we were told that he was gone, it was like having every bad emotion at once. And the fact that he couldn't come see me because he thought I was dying. So he didn't want to see me like that. He wanted to remember me as the last time he saw me. He wanted to remember me in good health. And the fucking irony of the first and only time that I saw him after I beat cancer was in his coffin. He was supposed to have been going fishing that morning. Drugs were not involved as far as a reason why he would wreck. It was a straight stretch. It was early in the morning. There's hardly any traffic on that road that early. It's basically it's a road, it's a back road full of farmland and the farmers who till and who work those lands. That's it. A woman that called in the wreck around 7:30 in the morning took pictures of my cousin's body still in the truck and sent them to people. These pictures were sent to people before the family even knew that he was dead. Some of these people are my first cousins on my dad's side. And I'm not saying that my cousin Kevin had anything to do with what happened to Josh. But what I am saying is that Kevin does know something that we don't. Something that the cops don't. In the pictures that the woman took, there is a man walking around my cousin's truck before the sheriffs arrived. I have not identified this man. The sheriff said that this man has been cleared, but what I don't understand is this man did not have a vehicle, and he is not a farmer. People do not walk that road because it is miles and miles and miles long of nothing but cornfields. You do not walk that road. So why was he there? And even if he didn't do anything wrong, there's questions that he can answer because he was there. There's questions that the woman who took the pictures could answer because she was there. But none of this information was given to the police. So I gave the information to the police, and there is no law against someone taking pictures of a car wreck. There has been a couple of incidences around the world where people have taken pictures at crime scenes and stuff like that and have released those, and it is not against the law. Now it may be different as far as a murder scene, as far as a murder goes, it may be different. In fact, I think it's different. But in a supposed accident, no law. Immoral yes, it is. Immoral, I think there should be a law. You should not be able to. Because what if those pictures leaked on Facebook? What if those pictures made it to YouTube? What if she made a video and put it on YouTube and his mother had to see that? I had to look at a couple of them because I wanted to know who the guy was that was walking around the truck, and I still didn't get the answers. My cousin Josh was old enough to make mistakes and died way too young to fix them. My family, I feel, came to the realization that if they were going to bury one of their sons, that it would have been me. And so for years, they acknowledged that I could die. So when we got the news of me being cancer free, my family was just rejoiced and happy. And I had decided that I wanted to have a family reunion, that I wanted to do one in September. Josh died in August. So the first gathering that my family had after my victory over cancer was a funeral for another. Our family gets together when we can, but it seems that we get together a lot more in death. Not because we don't love each other and don't want to see each other. It just seems like there's always someone dying. And it's not fair. Josh was not perfect. But who's perfect? Jesus Christ is the only perfect one. And we loved him all the same. And I hope that he knew that, because he was shown that he was loved. I just wish that I would have had the opportunity for him to see me one time before he died. To all my family who watches this, I love you. To all the people who are not family, if you end up watching this, God bless you. And if you've lost someone at an early age, or at an older age. I feel your pain. I go from sad to angry to sometimes inconsolable. I'm doing these YouTube videos to keep his name out there. Once I get the hang of this YouTube video stuff and I know more about it, you know, I can do, you know, picture memorials of him and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just the beginning of the things that I want to do. So I'm going to end this here. I'm in Paducah. I've got to get my port cleaned. I've got to keep it in for 5 years just in case, you know, the cancer does come back. They don't have to put it back in. So I'm going to go get this done. And to my family, October 24th, Halloween party. We're going to enjoy it. We may even make a YouTube video. Won't be for kids though. Peace out.